Welcome along everyone to my guide on the tank class in yet another zombie survival. A game that I've really enjoyed my time with. At this moment in time, I'm just going around grinding everything else done. I've done all of the achievements I can, barring getting all the characters up to level 3 or rank 3. I have got the tank up to rank 3 and hence why this guide is coming out. So the tank, as it says there, he's ranged. He has a slow start. Not too much of a slow start though. He is strong late game, and I 100% agree with a strong late game. And he's sturdy because his leader perk increases maximum HP by 300. So you got more HP. It's really, really good. And there is a reason why some of the challenges that you get in this game, this guy is a prime candidate at doing them. It's Raining Men, the one where you need to ragdoll physics. You need basically his rocket launcher here to do that. There's a video on the channel of how to achieve that if you're really interested, but you need him for this, and there's a reason for that because this is beastly. Ghost is another one that you could use for another one of the challenges, which is the survival. But between the two of these are probably the two prime candidates for an easy time to get through that for different reasons. The reason why the tank is so strong is eventually once you get to rank 3 you unlock the bombing strike, and then if you haven't done the solo by that point, just unlocking and maxing bombing strike out and probably using either of these, to be honest. Probably recommend the minigun at that point. You'll easily just solo through things. The other two abilities that he has, and I'll go into some gameplay shortly, is a minefield which just drops a load of mines and almost like landmines explode when people come near them. Does some big damage. And also his saw blade drones, which is, if you played like Vampire Survivors, it's the books going around you. You know, it's the orbital close range one sort of defensive item. They're okay. They're not great. Them two abilities aren't great. But he does shine because his shotgun that he starts with is really, really powerful. It's got quite a slow rate of fire, but when you upgrade that to the second phase, the used to be known as the double barrel. It's now the pump action shotgun. It fires off twice with a decent sort of fire rate on it. Recommendations for pairing. Now, obviously, at the time of recording, this is on the 17th of July as I've recorded this. There's these 3 characters at the bottom haven't unlocked. And I've recently unlocked the medic. Now, characters who this pairs with. Well, the ghost pairs with everybody. But I quite like the ghost as a pair to the tank purely because the ghost hits really hard, really fast. He has a katana off the start, and I'll do an in-depth review for him in due course. But his katana is close range. This guy's shotgun is close range. But once you upgrade to if you upgrade to the rocket launcher, you haven't got the sort of the 360 cone around you to cover. Whereas a shotgun, he can spin around and do it. Whereas the fire rate of, say, the rocket launcher is quite slow. So they pair quite nicely with that. If you're going for something like the machine gun, you probably don't need the ghost. But the ghost is one of the most powerful characters in the game already. What does pair well with, and if you're not taking him out as a front line, is well done, Paul, is the engineer, because he's got a skill cooldown by 5%. So 5% off the bombing strike is just amazing, to be perfectly honest. Just keep hammering that down. Really, really good. SWAT, again, he does go well with the SWAT because he can get the assault rifle, which if you're using, again, the rocket launcher, the assault rifle pairs really, really well with him. I don't think he goes well with the Huntress. She has, obviously, off the start, when they first sort of go, they're okay together. They've got quick fire rate. She can do some stuff. But when she's going into these abilities, so the explosive bow and the freeze bow, there's no real synergy between them. So I'm not sure she's good at that. And the medic is a plug and play, will drop into any squad. She doesn't hit very hard, but her supporting abilities are amazing. This guy's got max HP. If you take the medic out with you, you could go for a defensive run So you're taking all the armor that you can. You're using the medic and the health regen that you get from the medic, and the lifesteal from the medic, and the carnage that you get from skill drops and sort of the bazooka going off. You get a lot of HP back in one go, and you're regenning so much that you almost become unkillable. So if you're doing like a challenge, so obviously if you're going to go for a single on its own, the tank is really, really good. So is Ghost, by the way. If you're going to go for a pair and you haven't done it yet, medic and tank is also very good pairing. This guy can solo. This just makes it easier to stay alive. So yeah, engineer, lead and tank goes well. If you're using the tank as a start, I would not use the engineer. I don't think the engineer is particularly good, apart from his leader perk. So yeah, if I was taking the tank out, I'd probably go Ghost and medic. If I had to, I'd go, if I didn't have these two unlocked, I'd go SWAT and Huntress. And if you have no other choice, bring the engineer along. So let's get into some gameplay with him though, and just talk about the build that we are going to go with. So obviously we've only got the isolated city done. Hopefully Green Hell comes soon and we can do some more content. But I just want to talk about my preference for sort of his build and how we start. And you're going to get a common theme here when we start doing runs. So as you can see here, his cone comes out. This is his shotgun. It is pretty decent. So up close you can get one. There's no pierce on any of these weapons, only until some of the later game like the sniper rifle you get with the SWAT. But up close he's really, really good. Now if you're playing the tank for the first time, shotgun, just upgrade the shotgun until you can't upgrade the shotgun no more. If you have the bombing strike, I would get this as soon as possible. Just get it on level 1 off the start. But the bombing strike, when it's maxed out, literally just clears the screen. I wouldn't go that far, but it is so powerful and it just makes this guy beastly. So I'm going to get the bombing strike now, and you'll see just what happens with the bombing strike. Here it comes. So there's the plane, and here comes the bombs. Circles on the ground, and the bombs would land there if there was enemies in there. Them circles weren't that big, were they? You're probably looking at double to nearly triple the size of that per bomb. Probably double the size of that when it is maxed. So on this upgrade you get an extra bomb. The range goes 0.5 bigger, so that's the radius, and the cooldown is down 2 seconds, so it goes down to 17 seconds. And you can see there, you saw maybe the one that landed here. Look how big they are now, and the splashback on them is amazing. And let's just keep it going. I just want to showcase this ability quite a bit. I'm waiting for a golden crate to come as well, because we want to talk about them abilities as well in a bit more detail. But if you don't have the ability, the bombing strike unlocked, I would highly recommend you unlock the shotgun all the way up to its max. I'm going to bring up the sword blade drone just to showcase this out. I can see it whirls around and it cuts through. So in other games, these will latch on to enemies and will sit on them for a while and then kill them. This one, it literally just spins around. So yeah, round and round and round it goes, and it doesn't go through anything. Let's bring the minefield in and just wait for it to drop. And there you go. Mine is just, I'm stood on the mine just there. And now if we just have a look to see, probably, yeah, they'll come. And you'll just see them come in. Boom, there you go. Just like the bombing strike, but less frequent and not as big. So let's just get the shotgun again. I'm going to head over to this crate. So again, just to re-emphasize, if you haven't got bombing strike, then upgrade the shotgun until you can't upgrade the shotgun anymore. Let's talk perks. All the perks on the screen right now are trash. This one. These two aren't great. You can get health from any other means, lots of other means. Recycles on this power up you get 2 recycles into here. What this does, it gives you a bit, it cancels this off and gives you experience to get another level. Garbage, don't use it. Suspicious pen drive is okay. Lifesteal chance at +3 is okay, but you have to go into a pure lifesteal build. I've done it on a few. Yeah, but for this character, they're trash. What isn't trash is weapon fire rate. This guy's weapon fire rate, barring the minigun, if you're using the minigun, you don't really need the weapon fire rate. You're looking for reload at that point. But weapon fire rate on this is good. So the shotgun will fire quicker. The bazooka will fire quicker. So yeah, weapon fire rate really, really good here. I'd recommend you do skill cooldown, skill power, purely for this bombing strike. If, again, don't have the bombing strike, I wouldn't worry about that. But you want damage. Armor is really good on this because he is obviously the tankiest of the tankers. And if you're going to use the medic, a armor and lifesteal and health regen is really, really good. So yeah, go into bombing strike, and again, you can just literally almost sit quite close and just draw them in. So not sure there's much else to talk about the tank. You can see the devastation that is done with the bombing strike here. I'm gonna bring up the pump action just so we can showcase that. And yeah, he's just really, really good. We'll see if we can get the bombing run up to level 5 as well. But the pump action shotgun, so you just seen obviously the shotgun at work. Here's the pump action. Bang, bang. It's really, really good. It basically doubles his fire rate. It's beefy. And at this point, even without the bombing strike, you could probably last the whole night on default solo with this. And I should have, at that point, collected the bombing strike. But we're going to go up here. There's a magnet there which should do. Get this person, get this level. So if you're unaware, when you collect someone, you can liberate. And liberate gives you a level. It's really good. So let's just showcase max level bombing here. Look at the size of them nukes. So good. And again, if you've got skill damage, if you've got skill cooldown, so if you think the perk or the leader perk for the engineer is 5% cooldown, this is going to come out 5% quicker, which doesn't sound a lot, but it is huge and does turn them over really, really quickly. Stretcher, health regen, +4% while moving. You have to complete, what's it called, hardcore to get this. Yeah, it's a sort of perk that if you get it, I would put it on no matter what build you're doing for anything. Health regen is really good in this game. I'm just going to re-roll. It's hoping to do something. Dodge chance is also good. Self-care we will take just because it's more health. And again, if you're running something like the medic, max health is really, really good because with the massive lifesteal you get, bringing them down from the top is, you know, from the biggest health pool is what I'm talking about, is massive. Let's just use this, suck all this in. Let's get the pump action. And now we've got the two. So you've got the rocket launcher, enhance your pump action shotgun into the rocket launcher, or minigun. As I've sort of touched on them earlier, there's pros and cons for both. The splash damage on the rocket launcher is really, really good. With a killing frenzy on a boss, you literally just nuke them from orbit. But then you've got that with the bombing strike anyway, and with skill damage and skill cooldowns and a couple of the bombing strikes going on bosses, they just delete them anyway. So it's probably the hardest character at the moment for me to talk about which one's best or what. He's very situational. With the bombing strike as it is, I'll probably lean towards a minigun. If I didn't have bombing strike and I had swap with an assault rifle, for instance, you don't need a minigun and assault rifle at the same time. They both sort of do the same job. Quick firing, good short crowd control, and if you're running Ghost with 1000 cuts, again, you don't need the minigun, so then you're going for a rocket launcher for big AoE splash damage. But safest bet if you're, say, new to the game and just want to, if you get this option, I don't know which one to pick. The safest bet if you're going for a good run is the minigun, because you'll see shortly what it does. Just stood still. Let's get out of that. I can control pretty easily everybody. Now, one of the bits of feedback I've actually given on the game, it says on the bottom there, press F8 for feedback, is a notice to know how much ammo a weapon has. I'd like it maybe instead of the red health on the player, well, that's what the red circle is, it's the ammo in the gun or something. Just make it clear what we're doing. But as I say, I'm not moving, I haven't touched my controller, and yeah, that's how powerful it is. And I'm only losing health at this moment in time purely because I'm stood in some poison. This is how good this boy is, and how good the minigun is. And you could sit here for a while and do it. And if I went over to this even more, killing frenzy, that's just weapon fire rate. So yeah, that has been the tank. I think, ladies and gents, again, use the minigun if you're unsure, especially if you've got the bombing. It's really, really good. But that's a tank. Let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are on the tank. For me, one of the top 2 characters in the game, probably him and Ghost, are probably, in my opinion, probably the 2 most powerful ones in the game. So yeah, this is going to be the guide for the tank. As and when more content comes, I will update this guide with more tiers and everything. And if there's new enemies and stuff and new perks that come out, I'll reevaluate. But yeah, this guy, S rank, properly good. If you have him on your team, you're not going to regret him, either in the leader or not the leader. He's just that good a character. So thank you very much, everyone. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. It really does help me out. There'll be some more class guides coming away shortly for yet another Zombie Survivors.